Hey, Brooklyn Squad. How's everybody doing today? Katie, show your face, girl. You
I
too
am.
pretty
I
not
was
to.
I was dealing with kids.
Oh, you too
So I
pretty
put
not
it up for
to.
a second.
You're a very pretty young lady.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome everybody. Um, Brooklyn Squad. This is actually a new name podcast, and we're gonna have to change a lot of things because Katie has her podcast, and we are putting it together now. Okay, so we're also gonna be on Spotify and Anchors and a lot of other places. But what was the name of? Is Brooklyn? What was the name of it?
Brooklyn Squad Mysterious Minds.
Yes, Brooklyn Squad Mysterious Minds, y'all. Hey, Kathy B. Kathy B always support. That's one thing. She's been with us for years.
Yes.
Yes. Today is a very sad day. And I was trying to look for old clips before we go into what happened today. But it's blowing up so much of what happened today. It's very hard to find old clips, but it's there.
Yeah.
Lori Page. Sadly, they found her body. Whew. Now, we didn't say nothing yesterday because we had a whole plan to go live today, but people were hitting me up yesterday. And you know me, I like to put everything together in one shot. So I didn't post anything on Facebook. I didn't say anything because me and Katie already had we
Discussed
already got a
everything.
business. Huh?
I
Huh?
said we discussed everything and came up with a game plan.
Exactly. We discussed everything, came up with the game plan to do it, and we got a very busy day today. We have cases back and forth. We have lives today, and we got meetings with families today. So we got a very busy day today. But my condolences, our condolences, go out to the family of Lori Page. Um, I'm so sorry. I will be, you know, we will be uh hopefully trying to reach out to the loved ones just to send condolences. That's what we do. You know, um,
Absolutely.
exactly, that's what we do. No interviews or nothing like that. We just send our condolences to the families. We don't be like, oh, can we get into it? We don't do stuff like that. Just to send our condolences. But today, first of all, let me just ask you, how did you feel when you heard about they found her body?
Me.
Yeah,
I was torn. I was happy that her body was finally found, but I was crushed at the same time knowing that she was no longer with us.
exactly. Exactly. When you told me, when you messaged me, because y'all, the weekends is me and hubby's night. Um, so I try not to do nothing on the weekends because that's me and Dave's day. But unfortunately, yesterday I was kind of doing little pieces of here and there, but it was still a great day for me and Dave. But when Katie told me, I froze. I didn't know what to say because I really was hoping that wasn't the case, but
Right.
reality we kind of knew it. Like it's
Because it
been
had been so long,
right,
unfortunately.
exactly. But it was like, damn. And then I saw everybody on TikTok was hitting my comments up when I posted her missing. And then somebody on the news station hit me up on Twitter. I didn't know who he was, but it was a news station, and I was like, oh, okay. I said, I didn't post anything because we had a plan to go live and we want to get everything together.
Right.
Let's show a video of before we go into the news and what happened, how they found her and where they found her. Let me just go back a little bit of what happened. I found a video. Let me see if I could get this going. Oh, share first. Because it's been a while. I ain't used my stream. Yes, y'all. Okay, here we go. See if we could get this going. We love you, Kathy B.
Yes, thank you for being here.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute now. Uh-oh. Oh, share. Duh. Let me know if you can see it.
Yep.
You could? Oh, okay.
It's been more than 300 days since Lori Page was last seen, and neighbors are still working to bring her home.
I'm going to help find Lori's, do my part to find her.
I'm Kendall Brandt, your neighborhood reporter in Northeast Tallahassee, where you may have seen signs like this one pop up all across our city. I'm speaking with a pastor whose mission is to bring the middle school student home.
All we need is one person to say, hey, I seen her.
That's why Pastor Rudy Ferguson spent his Monday putting these signs with Lori Page's information across Tallahassee. His goal?
Keep her face in the public at all times. It's important that we do that.
He's been doing that since Lori's teacher, Margaret Summers, started searching for the middle school student when she went missing in June of 2023.
She's not going to be forgotten. There are no invisible children at Griffin Middle School.
Since then, they have organized searches, and the FBI even got involved to put up billboards with Lori's information. I checked with Lamar Advertising, who told me those billboards ran from February 21st through the first week of March. With the billboards no longer up, Ferguson says he took matters into his own hands.
I figured the best way to take this and more cost-effective way was to get yard signs, get 100 of these made.
Each of them include Lori's name, picture, and a phone number to the Tallahassee Police Department. I checked with TPD and the FBI. Officials from both agencies told me they're still investigating Lori's disappearance. A TPD spokesperson told me in a statement, quote, "Our efforts to bring Lori home continue today as they did the day she went missing."
All it takes is a grain of sand to move the earth.
Ferguson says he is grateful for law enforcement and the community's continued effort. He says he wants to let everyone know that Lori Page won't be forgotten.
If one child can go missing, then another child can go missing. And then before we know it, we have an epidemic in this city where children are going missing.
If you have any information about Lori Page or where she might be, you can contact the Tallahassee Police Department at the information on your screen. I'll include those details in my story at WTXL.tv. In Northeast Tallahassee, Kendall Brandt, ABC 27.
Kathy B says she never heard of this story. We do so many cases.
I was going to say, we covered her 2 years ago.
Yeah, and then we covered her recently on TikTok. But
yes.
We have covered 20 cases that day.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a lot when we did do a reappearance of her.
Yeah, but when we covered her, when we do stuff on TikTok, I put it on YouTube and Facebook everywhere also. But you probably won't remember that because it was a lot of cases that day. But see, that just shows how much she was not being spreaded awareness everywhere like she should have been.
Yep, that's what we've been talking about. The awareness and getting it out there for people's eyes is so important.
Exactly. Some people say, the internet, the internet is nothing. I don't know why people go on the internet. I don't go on the internet to spread awareness. But baby, if you don't do that, then you got a problem. Your case is not going to. Yeah. The person's face is not going to get the attention it needs if it's not on the internet. That is the main thing right there. The internet. When you watch the news, what is the news on? You're watching it on what? The internet.
The internet or TV, and half the time it's just a little clip.
Exactly. But it's on TV.
Where social media, it can spread so much faster and quicker.
Exactly. And when Lori Page first came out, let's just not forget, she didn't have an Amber Alert.
Correct.
Her father said let's just go back a little bit. He was a correctional officer and he works overnight. He said she had a backpack and she left home. We did videos of the mother talking. We showed, this was a while ago, but honey, the mother been saying, ask the father.
Yep. And in the beginning we did question. We said, why would he leave her alone at night?
Right. Why would he
Because
leave
what if somebody were to break in?
Mm-hmm. It was a very, very strange case. It was
Yes.
very, very strange. And we're
It
gonna
was
go
very,
back.
it was very alarming, and we had so many questions because it didn't seem right.
It sure didn't. And we're gonna go show you a few of those videos, actually. But first, let's get into the news because they actually found her body. When did they find her body, Katie?
April 5th, 2025.
After how long?
2 years.
2 years. Now, people are saying her teacher is the one that reported her missing, but actually it was the father,
Yep.
if I'm
He
not
reported her
mistaken.
missing and said that she left with a backpack.
Right. And then when she didn't come to school, the teacher got suspicious and she did a report as well.
And she went out physically searching.
Right. She wasn't playing. She went out physically searching because she knew something wasn't right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the community got involved. Let's
Yes.
get to the news. Let me go find the news for y'all. Hold, give me 1 minute. It ain't gonna take long because it's all over Facebook. I mean, I'm gonna use YouTube.
Yeah.
Let me go to YouTube. Let's go to. Give me a minute. Can y'all see that? Oh no, I gotta share it again, right?
Yep. I was just going to say that.
Share it, baby. You wanna share with me. Let's look at. You can see it?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you for being here. Today is not a happy day. Today's a sad day in the sense that we did recover the remains of missing 12-year-old Lori Page.
Jesus.
I told you 2 years ago we would never give up. I told you 2 years ago we would find Lori and we would bring her home. I told you 2 years ago that we would find who did this and we would arrest them and bring them to justice. And today I stand before you to tell you we have done just that. So we have recovered Lori's remains and we have arrested the person responsible for this crime. So today with me is this group of amazing people that have been working with us nonstop on this investigation. It could not have come to the conclusion that it came to without this type of collaboration. So I'm going to take just a minute to thank each of them. State Attorney Jack Campbell couldn't be here with us today, but certainly they have played and will continue to play an incredibly valuable role in it. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement, again, just an essential partner. Assistant Commissioner Pollard, thank you, sir, for everything that you guys do. Zach Wilmer and ASAC Willis, thank you guys. Again, just amazing. Jennifer Camp is the lab supervisor who, again, the evidence that we found, they turned it around in 4 days. And again, that just doesn't typically happen, but that's the kind of collaboration that everybody put into this case. Nobody gave up on this case. And thank you. And that's what we're here to say. Pastor Ferguson has been, with us from the beginning, cheering this on, keeping it in the community, keeping it out there. We have Michelle McLaughlin and tell me Kairos, who actually were the team that found the remains after multiple. We did several searches over several different locations, and again, just a magnificent team in that. Thomas County Sheriff Tim Watkins was instrumental in our ability to go into Georgia to do the things that we were able to do up there. The support of his agency for our agency while we were up there was just incredible. So thank you, sir, for that. That was amazing. And I can't leave out TPD's lead investigator, Jerry Magna. So just a tremendous job. So with that being said, I'm going to read a statement, and you guys will get a copy of that. So after a comprehensive and exhaustive 22-month investigation into the disappearance of 12-year-old Lori Page, the Tallahassee Police Department has arrested her father, 36-year-old Andrew Wiley, on the charges of second-degree murder. Since Lori's disappearance in June of 2023, detectives have pursued hundreds of leads, conducted interviews across multiple states, examined digital evidence, and searched extensively across North Florida and South Georgia. The case evolved significantly over time, with key developments ultimately leading to Wiley's arrest. The following provides an overview of the timeline of events that we followed. June 3rd, 2023. Lori Page is reporting missing by her father, Andrew Wiley, and at that time, he claimed she left home with her backpack sometime in the night while he was at work. Summer of 2023 to early 2024, detectives pursued hundreds of leads across state lines. Lori is never located, and the story provided by Wiley begins to show inconsistencies. February 2nd, 2024, a phone is seized from Wiley's residence. A forensic analysis uncovers questionable internet searches, including queries about remote areas with bodies of water in Alabama and Georgia. March 2024, as more consistencies in Wiley's statements are identified and new information about his relationship with Lori emerges, detectives shift their focus more heavily towards Wiley. Early 2024, based on digital evidence, detectives begin searching a remote, brush-covered area of Thomas County, Georgia.
Great content needs a great audience. Like Stretch Armstrong needs to be stretched. Yeah!
They never gave up. You was right, Katie.
I told you. I watched this earlier this morning.
They never gave up.
And that speaks volumes considering other cases that we have worked on. I've never seen them follow through if it's been a lengthy case.
Yes. They continue to search for her. And you know what? That says a lot. That says a whole lot. Because, as I'm listening to this, I want to call them and say thank you.
That's why I thank them in my post, because it's very rare to see this. I mean, and he's giving specific dates and what has all happened throughout this.
Can you get their number when we're done?
Absolutely.
I mean, if we have their number now, I would do it on the live and just call them and say thank you.
Yeah.
But we could do that next time on the live, because, and please, people don't, because some people think everything is for clout and this and that. But people that's been following us for years, they know this is genuinely love. And it's very important to show love when love is due.
Yeah, because I mean, it literally is a group effort, and a lot because they're doing legwork while other people in the background are trying to figure out what's going on too and spread awareness.
Right, exactly.
Everyone plays a part in this.
There you go.
So we have to show appreciation.
There you go.
Where it needs to be.
There you go. There you go.
As a plantation, multiple searches are conducted but yield no results. April 5th, 2025, following a prescribed burn that cleared heavy brush in the area, detectives returned to the plantation for another search. This time, they located human remains. The remains are processed by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, again, like I said, in 4 days, and positively identified as those of Lori Page. This case has deeply impacted our community.
Wait, did he say he went there another
for
time?
nearly 2 years. Lori
Yes, they
deserves
went there
safe law
previously.
enforcement, again, like I said, in 4 days. And April 5th, 2025, following a prescribed burn that cleared heavy brush in the area, detectives returned to the plantation for another search. This time, they located human remains.
So hold on. They went there the first time. They didn't find anything.
Correct.
But they went there the second time and they found it?
Mm-hmm.
What is that? What do you? Oh, shit.
And the plantation place, I looked into it, it's 7,000 acres. So that's a lot to cover.
Okay, wait a minute. Do you think she's been there or did he just put her there?
Honestly, I don't know that I don't feel she's been there.
Because they went there and searched before.
Correct.
So he had her body hiding somewhere else.
Allegedly. Yep.
Oh. I wonder what made them go there. Okay.
Because, he just said previously that there was a lot of like digital camera footage and searches on his phone. So, of places.
Oh, baby. And I bet you they've been watching him too.
Oh, absolutely.
See, they're not going to come out on social media or and post and say what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Right, because that's just going to blow the cover.
Exactly. They had their eye on him.
Oh, yeah.
And they do watch what people post on social media. So if the mother's been saying,
Ask him where she is.
Exactly. They see stuff like that.
Yep.
They see stuff like that. Oh, baby. Poor baby. Wow.
The remains are processed by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, again, like I said, in 4 days, and positively identified as those of Lori Page. This case has deeply impacted our community for nearly 2 years. Lori deserves a safe home and a full life. While today's arrest will never bring her back, it does bring us one step closer to justice. This arrest is a testament to TPD's unwavering commitment to solving violent crimes and bringing justice to victims and their loved ones. Anyone with any further information in this case is urged to contact TPD at 850-891-4200. To remain anonymous, you can call Crime Solvers at 850-574-TIPS. Again, we extend our sincere gratitude to the many officers, community members, and partner agencies who supported this case. Your efforts helped ensure that Lori Page's story will never be forgotten.
Ooh.
Lastly, just let me touch on some of the other agencies that were also involved. The Tallahassee Fire Department, the Leon County Sheriff's Office, Leon County Schools Safety and Security Office, excuse me, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, the Nashville, Tennessee Police Department, Tampa Police Department, Pasco County Sheriff's Office, Clay County Sheriff's Office,
Ooh.
the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children,
Yes.
Marilee Plantation in Georgia, and TriStar Canine Search and Recovery. Again, just some of the few. North Florida Search Team is who you guys are with, so I should mention them specifically as well. Again, I cannot thank you all enough for the collaboration on this case and bringing this to a closure. At this time, we are not going to take questions. I will tell you that we will be available as the investigation continues. We will make ourselves available in the coming days to address some of those things, but at this time, we will not take questions. So thank you very much for being here.
Oh, wait. Can y'all still see it?
I don't see the YouTube screen, but I see you and I.
Oh, really? Okay, hold on. That was deep. That was very, very deep.
Very, very deep. And that's how a community comes together and other organizations, and everyone comes together to do what they need to do.
That's right.
And it should always be like that.
Yeah. Let's go here. Hold on, I don't want that. They going too fast with that shit right there. They just zooming like. I want to go a little bit where they're actually talking about. Oh, you know what? We can go right here. The reactions of people. Right here. Okay. Before I play reactions of people, what they have to say in the news clip, Kathy B, what are you thinking right now? And we have Facebook watching. Let me just give some shout outs to them over there on my other true crime page they're watching. I saw some people over there. Let me see. I saw. Let me see. Somebody had commented. Let me see. And a notification came on, but I want to say thank you to everyone actually that is joining and watching. London, London Denies is watching. Thank you for watching, babe. Thank you so much. London Denies. I'm sorry if I can't say your name right. But I'm going to say London. Thank you for watching.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. And that was, I can't get, let me see if I go. Anybody else that's watching, I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Damara Josephine, she's always supporting I know she's watching as well. Thank you for watching also. Kathy B, thank you for watching also. We want this, everyone here sends our condolences to the family, to Lori Page's mother, and to the community, to the police officers. Thank you so much for doing your job, because like Katie said, we don't see this a lot. We really don't.
No, it's very rare.
It is. They usually drop the
I
ball.
honestly feel like this is the first case I've actually seen this happen.
Yeah.
As sad as it sounds.
It's, yeah, like, wow. Wow. It's sad that she was found unalive, but they got him. They got him. And you know, this reminds me of Cody, little Cody.
Yep. I was thinking that this morning.
You was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got to cover that whole, his father's
Yep.
child's coming up again.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But little Cody, another monster father. Oh, God. I don't know why. I told Dave yesterday, I said, babe, why do fathers do what they do?
I don't understand how anyone could do that.
I don't know.
I really don't.
It's disgusting.
Absolutely. And, you know, with the police department, you know, they practically ended that with, they will be giving us updates as things come along too. So,
yes. And the autopsy
will be great.
Is going to come out. So we're going to find out what happened, how he unalived her. And it's just heartbreaking, man. What she had
to definitely is. Yep. I broke down this morning listening to that same news clip, because I was just like, why? Like,
right.
I don't understand.
Oh,
it's
man.
not fair. It's an innocent child.
Yep. You're right, baby. Ooh, sorry, ladies listening, but was driving and running errands. Oh, it's okay. You know, I hate when y'all drive and listen at the same time. That's what we're going to start doing the podcast another way, where it's going to be audio. But it's okay. Y'all scare me when y'all be driving. All right, let's go.
To a story I've been following about missing 12-year-old. A heartbreaking update to a story I've been following about missing 12-year-old Lori Page. I'm Mayor Sargent in the Midtown neighborhood. The Tallahassee Police Department says Page's remains have been found and her father has been arrested in relation to her death. It's been a 22-month-long search by communities and agencies across Florida and Georgia to find 12-year-old Lori Page. Friday, the Tallahassee Police Department announced that her father, Andrew Wiley, has been arrested in relation to her death.
That was news that we needed. However, it wasn't the welcome news that we wanted. It wasn't one of hope, but certainly a one of closure. And certainly that puts us on the path of what do we do now?
TPD shared this timeline of the search that led to Page's remains being found. June 3rd, 2023, Page's father, Andrew Wiley, reported her missing, telling police she packed a backpack and left overnight while he was at work. After some inconsistencies with his story, police eventually shifted their focus to Wiley. In February 2024, a phone was taken from his home that they say included questionable internet searches about remote bodies of water in Georgia and Alabama. Not long afterwards, police say they also had digital evidence that led them to a remote area of Thomas County, where they searched for Lori, but nothing was found. Until April 5th, when investigators returned to that area after a prescribed burn that cleared away the brush. A search of the area turned up Page's remains. I spoke with Pastor Rudy Ferguson Friday, who led some of the efforts to find Page.
It's our loss. Her life being taken was a part of us as well.
Ferguson says Friday's news will be felt deeply in this community.
Every little girl could be a little Lori. You know, every little boy could be in the same situation as little Lori. So it's important to understand that.
He's urging neighbors to safeguard our children.
We must start protecting our children. We must pay attention to the signs that they're in trauma situations. We must begin to just be our neighbors, you know, love one another, you know, make sure that, you know, the children next door are safe and secure.
When he said that, that's why I put, you see what Kathy B say? My thoughts always go to abuse. That's why I had to stop that, what he said. We must protect our children. And it's something else he said that made me wonder what Kathy B just said. Because what makes you really want to unalive your child? Is your child going to talk because you allegedly might be abusing them? Physically or sexually?
Right.
Well, Cody's case, he was abusing the baby so bad.
Yes.
Beating that baby. And now you have a beautiful little girl, Lori Page, whose father is a correctional officer. And some correctional officers, they demons. They sexual with girls there. We know how that go with the inmates. Was the inmates not no more attracted to him and he went to take it with Lori? Like, I don't know. Because what would make you want to unalive your daughter?
Right.
If your daughter was causing any issues or you couldn't handle your baby no more, you could have gave her to the mother.
Exactly. Because they were separated.
Exactly. But let's not forget how she got pregnant. You awed her.
Mm-hmm.
She was awed by you. So you are a sexualized demon. So if you are the mother, God knows what probably Lori went through.
Exactly. And that's
Because
very scary to think about.
Yes, because I didn't know that until yesterday, that's how Lori got received. That's how Lori's mother got pregnant. It's because the mother was awed by him.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's on Facebook.
Wow.
Because people was like, well, why did you stay this and this and that? Don't ask that woman that. Why did you give the baby to her if he awed you? Listen, the point is she was a victim.
Exactly.
She was a victim. Yeah. So we know that his sexual desires. And I wonder what age she was when that happened too. Because she looks pretty young to have Lori. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm wondering if she was young when he did that. And then Lori is young.
Young. Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to get where
Yeah.
Wow, man. Oh, man.
And just like we were talking about too, while this was going, or prior to this video clip, we were talking about where he could have had her hidden somewhere else. Well, this lady on the screen was talking about how they had just gone back out there and there was like burn brush.
Right, I heard that.
So that makes it even more obvious that he was trying to clean stuff up, in my opinion, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think he knew they were getting close to finding her.
Right.
Yep. So I feel like she went through a lot of trauma.
Poor baby. Poor baby. Jesus. Rewind it a little bit.
Urging neighbors to safeguard our children.
We must start protecting our children. We must pay attention to the signs that they're in trauma situation. We must begin to just be our neighbors, love one another, make sure that, the children next door are safe and secure.
As for her father, he's currently been charged with second-degree murder. TBD is asking anyone with any information to reach out to them directly or to contact crime solvers if they want to remain anonymous. We have all of this information on this web story at WTXL.tv. In Midtown, Mayor Sargent, ABC 27.
Ever wondered what your home looks like from space?
That video was deep too with that pastor and what he was saying.
Yeah. So sorry they went through that. So, I mean,
you can tell what an impact she had on everyone.
I'm so sorry. Rest in peace, Lori. You know, this is why we spread awareness and try to get the faces out there and try to help as many people as we can, because not a lot of cops, detectives, school teachers, fire departments, or anybody else shares the compassion for victims. Thank God Lori had a community that loved her and that strived for her and that was going to go beyond to spread awareness for her, right? But not a lot of victims' families get that. They go to the police, they can't get on the news, they can't get the help. So that's why we help. I'm not monetized on any platform. I do not get paid for this in any way. I've been doing this for years. And if you've been following me, you know where my heart is. You know, I will continue, and I know Katie feels this way as well.
Absolutely.
To fight, to spread awareness. No matter who feels what way, I will not take anything down. I will never spread not awareness because of what a person feels. I will continue to spread awareness. I will continue to fight for the victim, because it is about the victim.
Exactly. And being a voice for them.
It is not about nothing else but that person.
Exactly. And it doesn't matter what obstacles, challenges we have to go through, we will do it.
We will do it. The ups, the downs, because we ain't the first ones.
Right.
Many,
The tears, the happiness, the sadness, every
yes.
I mean, it's very emotional, but it's rewarding in some aspects and it's very sad in other aspects. But what we're doing is what we feel we need to do for others, and we feel it in our hearts to do so.
Right. And shout out to other advocates, Arctic Fox, Black and Missing Foundation.
Yes, and I want to say thank you for helping us as well with certain cases.
Synovio Central, Jason Olin, Missing Black People, Aaron Goodman, The Voiceless, Missing in Black Foundation, Missing Lost in Traffic, Arctic Fox. Like, none of us have to do this. We really don't. But we do it because we care and our hearts are in this. And we've been doing it for years. And it ain't easy. It's sad. It's painful. We get close to the parents. We get close to the siblings. We get close to the victims. Even though they're not here or they're missing, I treat them like I'm related to them when I'm fighting for them.
I mean, we put it as we're like their family. We're in the family's shoes, you know?
Right. We have to fight like they're our cousins or our uncles or our sisters, who's the person that's missing.
Absolutely, because That's what makes it successful.
Exactly. And that's what I'm gonna keep we gonna keep striving for. And I'm so sorry
Absolutely.
that we had to go through this.
Yes.
And you know, I know that we keep saying there wasn't an Amber Alert, but there is criteria for Amber Alerts, and that's probably why it wasn't an Amber Alert.
Right.
I just thought of that. They do have criteria you have to, you know what I mean, for Amber Alerts, which I hate because I feel that an Amber Alert should be out there when a child is missing, regardless. But then
I feel that even if parents clarify it to a police department that their child ran away, it still should be an Amber Alert. They're not of age as an adult.
Exactly.
And this world is absolutely scary.
Yeah. Exactly. So, yeah. We have another live we want to pop up. You want to do the Nancy Grace?
Sure. Do you want to end this one and start a new one?
And start a new one. Give us, because we have a meeting. We got a meeting a little bit after 4. I think we got
like an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, I got it. Yeah. All right. We're going to see y'all in a few. All right. Give us like, let's just end this. Rest in peace, Lori. I hope her father rots.
And absolutely. He deserves everything coming his way.
Exactly. Gets what he deserves. We will not, we're going to be doing more updates because the news is going to give us updates and we're going to be giving y'all live updates. Okay. Yeah. We'll be on TikTok also. I don't know. We should do it. Oh, well, actually, I could put this on TikTok. Yeah. So,
yeah.
All right. But everyone, please be careful. Protect your loved ones. Protect your energy, yourself. Protect your own energy as well. Yeah. Okay? Because people would try to take that energy away from you because they got the demonize in it.
Okay? Yes. And belittle you and do crazy stuff.
It's
crazy stuff.
They say they don't like the drama, but they all in the drama themselves. You know?
Yep. But we just keep striving and pushing.
Keep striving and pushing, okay? And we're going to keep striving and pushing with you, okay? And keep striving and pushing for these victims because they're the ones that matter. Their life matters, and that's what matters. That's what's most important. And we have another case with your Pamela, with Nancy Grace, and we're going to cover that one next, okay? So we see you in a few. Peace, Brooklyn Squad.
Bye.
Bye.